Yo, what's good people, it's Cactus, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over drums in UK drill beats. It's going to be more of a beginner's tutorial. I'll be going through a sound selection and what kind of patterns to use to get that drill bounce. But whatever level you're at, I think you will pick up some gems from it. So yeah, I'm going to keep this one as short but as informative as possible. And yo, if you're a fan of the podcast, I just dropped a brand new episode with my guy Chris Ponsalan. Dropped a bag of gems in it too, so make sure you check that out. But let's get into it. Alright, so for this tutorial, I'm using a loop from my guy True Colors. This is what he sent me. It's something that I've sped up. It was around about 124. Fire loop. I've used some of his before. Right, so kind of bouncy, and all I've done here is create a new pattern, named it drums, and just brought it underneath. And look, when it comes to UK drill drums, the most important thing first is sound selection. So make sure you're picking sounds that sound like drill beats. So have a listen to a lot of drill beats that you like, and use sounds similar to that. You don't want to be using something like boom bap drums when you're making UK drill beats. If you've got my kits, you know that they're mainly for drill, and the one that I'm working on now, Prick Kit Volume 3, this is by far my hardest kit. So you could start by actually selecting some sounds. So like this one, for example, I'm going to be renaming them all once the pack's ready. So we've got a snare, a hi-hat, so I'm going to use this, or you could use a counter snare, so anything like this. 808 needs to be something that's quite distorted and quite deep sounding. So yeah, something like this. But literally all of these, all perfect for drill beats. Like this one too, this one just sounds mad. And then you want a hard hitting kick, something like this. You can see I've got a lot of work to do on the pack. There's roughly going to be about 250 sounds, maybe even a bit more with MIDI files. So I'm hoping to release it by the end of the month, but we'll see how things go. So the first thing I'm going to start with is the 808. I'm going to come into the 808, turn off loop points, come to this middle tab and turn everything down except for the hold. Everyone should know this by now, but this is how you get the 808 to play for as long as you hold it. If I didn't have it set like this, and the 808s would just overlap. And yo, I'm not gonna lie, most of the time I'll just pick my sounds as I go. So I might pick the first sound like the 808, and then after I've made that pattern, I'll find some other sounds that work with it. But just for the sake of this tutorial, I wanted to show you what kind of sounds I pick. All right, so let's start with the 808 pattern. The sample's actually an E minor harmonic, so I'm gonna change the grid so it's easy to see. And when you're making the 808 patterns, most of the notes wanna follow the root notes of the chord progression. So for example, if we just listen to this loop, starting on E, and you could even bring it up a couple octaves just to check. And this doesn't mean that you have to just keep this pattern, this is just a basic guideline. Generally, it'll sound better if the root note of the chord is played at the beginning of each bar. So look, we've got a bar here, a bar there, and so on. And then towards the end of the bar, that's when you can add your filler notes in and your slides that come up. And then coming up with the pattern for the 808, there's no set rules to this. I can't just tell you exactly where to put the 808s because it's going to be different every time. It's like thinking of a counter melody. So you just got to listen in your head, think of a pattern, start humming along to it. Once you've got the pattern, lay that down and then start adding the slides. So I'll see what I can think of. So I'm hearing a stutter here. So I can start it on the C because that's like the root note of the chord, but I'm going to add the slides up. So I'm going to try something here. I'm going to cut this and then make these short. I just want this to be like a stutter. Now I'm going to hit S to activate slide mode, and I'm going to bring in another note. I've got it set to quarter step so I can make a faster one. And how slides work is it's going to start and hit this note, and then it's going to take that amount of time for it to slide up to this note. So this would be going up a full octave from C5 to C6 in this short period of time. And if I double click on it, you can see that slide mode is activated. And then because we adjusted the envelope, the 808 is going to finish here. So I'm hearing two more here. If I just click one of these notes and then click somewhere else, it's basically going to copy that note. And then I'm hearing 4 here. Can maybe come higher up. The reason I put the slide notes here is because there's half steps like B to C and then F sharp to G. When you're using half steps, it can add more tension and get it sounding darker. It doesn't always work, so don't just do that because I've done it. Listen in your head. If it sounds right, then it's cool. But if not, then try somewhere else. You know what? I'm actually gonna bring this one down. Now I'm going to press Ctrl and B to copy it over. If I just went with that pattern for the whole track, it would just get way too repetitive. So you know what I'm thinking? I don't want this stutter to play every time. So I'm going to get rid of it in the first pattern. So I'm hearing a change here. So let's see what I can think of. And I'm thinking because it's quite a funky, bouncy track, I can use quite a mad 808, so maybe something like this. Yeah, this is sounding mad. Almost sounds like a grind bass. Alright, so that's my first 808 pattern laid down. I want to start arranging beats. That's when I create new patterns because I like to have a bit of variation. So I'll maybe use like 2 or 3 different 808 patterns, but I'll start off with one. And once I've finished everything, that's when I'll create more. And I like starting with 808 sometimes because that's going to determine my snare bounce and everything else right now. So usually with UK drill snares, you'd have this type of pattern. So if you wanted to count it, I think it would go on the 3 and the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So that's the basic drill bounce, but it doesn't mean that you have to stick to that. So So I've delayed a couple of them, added a couple filler ones, and that's just creating more bounce. And then with the kick, I generally want to follow the 808 pattern. And it doesn't mean that I have to have a kick every time there's an 808 playing. So I'll do something like this. Right, so with the kick, all I've done is turned up the volume, and on my master, I have a classic clipper every time. Sometimes I don't even change the slope. If you want a more distorted sound, I pull it all the way to the top. If I want to ease that off, then I'll bring it back a bit, but that's literally all I do to my kick. And that's all you need. Now for the hi-hat or the counter snare, generally speaking, for drill beats, you want to follow this pattern. You want to skip 2, and skip 1. And then copy that across just to save some time. Then press Ctrl and B. And now we've got the general pattern and I can start adding the filler notes in. And with the filler notes, it depends how crazy you want to go. But I like to add some notes in, but then turn the velocity down. And again, there's no set rules to where you need to put the filler notes. It just depends on the vibe of the track. I like to create a bounce like this. And because it's quite a bouncy track, I don't mind adding quite a few of these filler notes. So even on this one, I'm going to extend this, highlight it and press Ctrl U. And this is going to chop it up. And I'm going to bring the velocity all the way up. Maybe turn the first one up. So you can bring some up and down in pitch as well. You don't just have to focus on velocity. And then I can copy that across, and I might change this second one just a little bit. I want to add variation, but I don't want to make it too different. So I might just take a few notes out, or so maybe for this one, I'll extend this note. And just to get a bit creative, let's bring some of these notes down. So now it's going to slide down in pitch. You know what I'm thinking? That might sound good right at the end here. Alright, so let's listen to the hi-hats. Yeah, it's sounding hard. Now for the hi-hats, there's a few ways you can get creative with it. One thing that you can do is add effectrix. So look, in effectrix, I've just added a preset Drummers Lab 6. I've taken out a few of the settings, and this is what it sounds like. Adding mad bounce. This was it before. And now with. The other thing that you could do is add a simple delay. I'm going to set the time to 2, turn down the input volume, turn on ping pong mode and increase the panning. So now it's going to go between both ears. And let's see how this sounds. I might bring down the feedback volume too. So this is before. And then with. Now obviously it sounds a bit crazy, but for this track, because it's so bouncy, I think it fits the vibe. And then when it comes to perks, it just depends on the beat. But this one, because there's so many hi-hats, I think it doesn't make sense to add too many perks as well. Usually I'll add perks to either emphasize certain parts or to fill in the gaps. But because we've got the delay effect or effectrix on the hi-hats, that's taking up most of the gaps anyway, and it's kind of acting like a perk in a way. But I'm gonna add this one just to show you. So when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, right, there's some gaps here. I can maybe repeat that same kind of pattern. Let me repeat this now and just see how it sounds. Get rid of the last one. So to me it sounded good, but I could maybe add some effects, maybe some reverb on it. Turn it down. And for this one, I'm actually going to adjust the panning from here, and I'm just going to balance it out. So one to the left, one to the right. Same again. Actually, let's switch this one around. The other perk that I could add is something like this, just to emphasize maybe some of the kicks. And for this perk, what I could do here is create a panning effect. So maybe something like this. But then adjust the volume manually. So I'm just going to highlight these, go to velocity. I'm just right clicking and dragging it down. And that's going to be an even one. And to be honest, I think that's just a bit too busy. I could try like this though. Yeah, I think that's going to be better. I'm going to do the panning as well. So for drums, I'd say already this is even sounding busy, but when I start arranging it, I can simplify certain areas. So don't overdo it with the drums, don't put too many perks in, only put them in if you feel like the bounce is necessary or you just want to emphasize certain parts. Because once you start adding too much, it's just going to put rappers off. It's just going to be too crazy for them to jump on. So this video was mainly about the drums, so I'm just going to mix everything and arrange it and show you the outcome. Alright, so I finished mixing the beat, I've arranged everything, I'll play it and talk you through. So the piano's in for the intro, but down a full octave, and same with the vocals. Hi-hats come in, but I've left the effectrix off.
Cactus.
The drop's too hard. The vocals come in. 8-way pattern changes here. And then this is the standard 8-way pattern. And then for the bridge, I've just brought everything down an octave again. Simple 8-way pattern. So this is obviously the hook here. That repeats. And it's just a slightly different 8-way pattern. See, this part's just mad because you don't expect it. So at the beginning of the verse, I've brought the piano down a full octave and then done that same chopping effect. the rest of the verse is pretty much the same, but then this outro, I've changed, what did I change? Yeah, I changed the BPM, so the BPM is gradually going down. It sounds mad. Just a different way to end the track. Sounds crazy. So I hope you liked the video and I hope you were feeling the beat. By now, every one of my subscribers should know how to get a sick UK drill bounce. So let me know if you want to learn anything else in the comments. Let me know if you're feeling the new Cactus hoodies as well. I'm going to be giving one of these away for free on my Instagram at jcactusmusic. So keep a lookout for more information. But thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.